Well, 18 wins, 6 draws, 14 losses, oh my god. 57 goals scored and 58 goals conceded led to a negative 1 goal differences to secure the 8th place is where Man United ended their season. Phew! This season was just a weird, head-scratching, pissing off like no others, uninspiring season for Man United fans. Or we could even conclude this season was easily the worst season for Man United in terms of standing and overall play. We've seen some of the highlights but even more abomination lowlights either on the pitch and off the pitch. The rising lack of menu and excitement brought by Hojlund but comes with the abysmal performance in many matches. Also, some players' personal issue butting heads with Erik ten Hag really did not paint Man United on a bright light. Coming back with Premier League season, and it was time for me to proceed to heal my blood pressure symptoms, and it also for time to us to go through a review for the whole season, whether it was the playstyle throughout the season or the position that really need to reinforce, etc. So in this video, we will have a look on 3 phases of Man United performance and the position required massive upgrade. In case you didn't know, what is up ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marvin, codename CM. Welcome to the Code United channel once again. If you in any shape or form stumble into this channel and somehow some way like this kind of content, do please like, share and subscribe to this channel, as each of your precious subscription will be a massive motivation for me to upload new content. And don't forget to ring the notification bell for every new upload. With that said, let's get straight into the video. During the start of the season till close to the end of 2023 is where I call the plaster on the wounded wall eventually burst out period. With some exciting news at the same time confusing signing of Mason Mount, Andrea Onana and Rasmus Hojlund. During the preseason, it was clear that Erik ten Hag had a hyper-offensive vision that whereby had a glimpses during the previous season where pushes up to 6 players on the final third and the sole pivot on the middle act as a shield above the 3 defensive man line. However, these hyper-offensive tactics contain huge risks as this left massive spaces in the midfield, whereas a single pivot offered Casemiro had almost impossible task to cover whether a quick counter from opponent or Man United offense loses the ball. In the opening matches against Wolves had been the evidence. Wolves exposed her Erik ten Hag ambitious tactics with multiple dangerous counters and usually see Casemiro being so isolated, having to slow down 4 to 5 players bombing forward. Yet Man United able to secure win even though could have been conceded a penalty late into the game. Against Brighton and Arsenal, this issue got far more exposed, especially Brighton game felt like Man United had been outclassed, outplayed, overall embarrassed at home. While during the Champions League, Man United was slightly better but really gutted in numerous matches. Combining with the decline plus surprise bad performance of many players, the best instant that Casemiro, despite scored a handful of goals early in the season, but on the defensive end looked aged massively, got caught slipping particularly from the back, unable to play even simple passes, and generally woeful on the defensive performance. Another player is Andrea Onana, whom seems as the era-defining player due to his high-level distribution skills as a goalkeeper, but his goalkeeping skills have really been questioned many times as his constant mistake had Man United considered important goals led to him single-handedly cost Man United European competition. Of course, there were positives during the period, like Man United unsung hero like McTominay and Maguire, whom both reported should have been sold before the season, helped Man United scam some wins, for example the Brentford game and the Copenhagen game where Man United should have lost the game. Another positive was big money signing Hojlund struggled to get into the scoresheet for many games, opened his account against Aston Villa. And starting the new year of 2024 to March were the hope enlightenment period with the help of the form changes for Hojlund. During that period from January to the whole February, Hojlund made history as the youngest player to score 6 consecutive Premier League matches. In all 6 matches Hojlund scored, Man United enjoyed 5 wins and 1 draw. 6 unbeaten matches allowed them to secure the 6th place with chance to punch their way into European competition again. But under such momentum that could have brought Hojlund to a whole new level, he suffered a wrong time injury that eventually derailed not just the Danish striker but Man United as a whole. Without the striker spearhead the attack, Man United struggled to have a focal point for goals. Besides, that period really erupted Man United fans was the instant classic FA Cup quarter-final match against bitter rival Liverpool. That match easily be the match of the season, as Man United started out the match strong with McTominay tapped in a safe shot from Garnacho to give Man United the lead, but shortly after with McAllister deflected shot and Salah tapped in overtook Man United going into the half. Coming out of the second half, Man United struggled mightily with Liverpool hunting for more blood, yet their poor finishing and Man United defense did not allow the lead to extend. While of all players in Man United, Anthony became the hero to score the equalizer with his right foot on a spin to make it much better, help Man United enter to extra time. In the extra time is where all drama broke loose. At first, another lucky deflected shot from Elliott helped Liverpool took another lead, but through an amazing effort from none other than Amad Diallo, won the ball up front, lay off the McTominay, then slot to Rashford to make it 3-all. And when the match seems going to penalty kick shootout, Diallo, another amazing effort, won the ball from a corner along with Garnacho, made a race towards Liverpool goal, and then with a left-footed low shot eventually helped Man United secure a semi-final spot. What a vibe to celebrate. By the way, Diallo also received a red card after his celebration, but who cares? We bloody won! Coming through the third phase, from April to the end of the Premier League season, felt like dragging an injured, broken down body towards the finish line. Along that period towards the end of season, Man United has suffered unimaginable injury lists, which accumulated up to 60 plus injury lists within the squad. And at the span of that time, it felt like Man United every single day will be reporting XXX player were injured or XXX player unable to play due to multiple reasons. The hardest position got the injury bug is definitely the left back spot, as Malaysia did not play a single match this season, while Shaw suffered numerous injuries, had him in and out of the squad. To even build a decent squad can be challenging for Man United, but to go through a whole season playing a number of players out of position can be impressive to say the least. Furthermore, reports or many pundits have voiced the opinion for Eric Ten Hag to be replaced were the fearless due to lack of promising result and uninspiring playstyle. With the injury plus toxicity within the club, Man United of whole April only won once in 5 matches, had it crumbling down to 8th place. To add salt into the wound, Chelsea, a club that got heavily clouded on their poor performance and poor result early through the mid-season, now seen themselves climb back past Man United to the 6th place, secure a spot at European League competition, had been a nightmare to imagine. Despite the last 2 matches, Man United under some first-team players came back from injury like Martinez, Varane and Bruno Fernandes, Man United stashes 2 impressive wins, especially a convincing 2-0 win against Brighton, whereby was the last match for their head coach De Zerbi, whom heavily linked to Man United on replacing Eric Ten Hag. So going through Man United season, it had been a torturing season with injuries, poor result and toxicity within the club, really had us suffer a lot. Fortunately, Man United, with the purchase of 25% for Sir Jim, combining a quick action to have a revamp of the squad, seems to be within arm's reach. As per right now, there were a handful of players like the both Frenchmen Martial and Varane reported to have left Man United. While Sancho, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rashford all rumoured will be sold this coming transfer window. Or Man United will see some of the position reinforced. As for me, if I'm in charge of Man United, there were 6 positions required to have some upgrade, like bringing in 2 defenders, one of them being the first team right centre back and another backup centre back for Martinez, and then move to the left back due to the fact Shaw had gradually become injury prone, while Malaysia's fitness had been a question mark. Man United would need to look for a new left back either to replace Shaw altogether or to be a competition for him. As for the midfield side, Casemiro drop off in the performance and lack of dynamism in the midfield had Man United struggled to control games and defending transition. Rumours like Onana and Neves had been the names that heavily associate, however both of them won't be cheap. Lastly would be either the backup or the competition forward to Hojlund and a creative right winger. Man United heavily linked with Michael Olise had been a long story way back, as Olise was the rare creative playmaker from wing that Man United really lacked of. As for centre forward, with Martial gone, made Hojlund the only option would not be fly. So either to bring in a backup centre forward or another centre forward will be a healthy competition for Hojlund, which makes all of these 6 positions will be a priority for me to have some upgrade. That's the end of the video. What do you guys think? What's your take on Man United 23-24 season review and which position will be a priority for the upgrade? Comment down below so that we can have a discussion. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you all in the next one.